have a lot to go over this evening, but before we begin, a quick disclaimer, all right? The information in this video is for educational and informational purposes only, all right? I'm not a doctor, a lawyer, or anything, and it is based on the most recent data from the FDA, USDA, and CDC as of today. Now, if you believe you have consumed a recalled product or you are experiencing symptoms, please contact a healthcare professional or your local health department immediately. Now, as I said, we have a lot of ground to cover today, but before we dive into the data, please hit that subscribe button and share this video because this is a public safety information video that needs to reach as many kitchens and people as possible. So today we start with the largest active recall affecting the snack aisles across the country. Utz Quality Foods has issued a voluntary recall for several of its most popular brands, or sub-brands I should say, ZAPP'S and Dirty Potato Chips. This is part of a massive secondary recall. A supplier, California Dairies Incorporated, notified Utz that a specific milk powder used in their seasonings may be contaminated with salmonella. And if you see me looking down, I'm reading my notes, all right? You want to look for ZAPP'S New Orleans kettle-style Voodoo chips. Look for best buy dates between June 16th, 2026 and July 14th, 2026. Dirty brand salt and vinegar potato chips. Check for the 2-ounce and 5-ounce bags with the exact same best buy date windows. ZAPP'S Bayou Blackened Ranch. Now this specific seasoning is also under high alert. Remember, salmonella can cause serious and sometimes fatal infections in young children, the elderly, or those with weakened immune systems. Now, symptoms usually start 6 hours to 6 days after eating the contaminated food. The symptoms include fever, diarrhea, nausea, vomiting, and abdominal pain. This is a nationwide recall because these chips were distributed to big box retailers, gas stations, and grocery chains in all 50 states. So if you have these in your pantry, please do not eat them, throw them away, or return them to the place of purchase for a full refund. Next, we have a critical update for parents. On May 2nd, a recall was issued for A2 Platinum Premium Infant Formula. All right, that's the stage 1, which is for 0 to 12 months. This recall is due to the potential presence of Cereulide, which is produced, it's a toxin that is produced by the bacteria Bacillus cereus. Now, this is not a potential for contamination type of recall. The toxins were actually identified in specific batches. It is for A2 Platinum Premium Infant Formula, 900-gram cans. You want to look for A as in Apple, S as in Sam, 22003 on the base of the tin, and I'll have this information in the description too. This was distributed primarily through specialty retailers and online marketplaces nationwide. All right? Now, this toxin can cause 2 types of illnesses, one characterized by diarrhea and the other by severe vomiting in infants. The vomiting syndrome is particularly dangerous as it leads to rapid dehydration. So if your child has consumed this batch and shows signs of lethargy or repetitive vomiting, please seek emergency care immediately. All right? Now, following the same salmonella seasoning thread, Pork King Good issued their recall on May 5th. Specific flavors of their pork rinds and their bottled seasonings, specifically the smoky jalapeno cheese and nacho cheddar varieties. All right. Now, these were sold heavily on Amazon and through the company's website as well as an independent grocers in Texas, Florida, and New York. You want to check the UPC codes on the back of the jars. If the seasoning contains dairy-based powder, cross-reference it with Pork King Good website List of affected lot numbers. Again, that information will be in the description. So moving on to the specific Northwest, we have a major shellfish alert that has extended this week. Oysters and clams harvested from Hammersley Inlet and Drayton Harbor in Washington State. This includes any shellfish harvested between March 22nd and April 9th of 2026. This is a significant outbreak of the Norovirus. This is highly contagious. Symptoms often called stomach flu. It causes projectile vomiting, watery diarrhea, and stomach cramps. The states affected, while harvested in Washington, these batches were shipped to wholesalers in California, Oregon, Florida, Pennsylvania, and Illinois. Please be aware if you were at a seafood restaurant in these states. You want to ask specifically where their oysters were harvested. All right? Now, this is a smaller but more dangerous recall. Marvel Food and Deli has recalled Pantry style Adjika, which is a spicy tomato-based salsa. Okay? This is due to potential bacteria that causes botulism. This was caused by a processing deviation, meaning the product wasn't heated or acidified enough to kill spores. Botulism is rare but a consistent killer. It causes paralysis that starts your facial muscles and moves to the lungs. So you want to look for 10-ounce glass jars with expiration dates through 2027. These were sold primarily in European deli markets in Washington and California. And next, we have 3 major undeclared allergen recalls from the last 48 hours. And kimchi brand recalled May 5th. It contains anchovies, fish, that are not listed on the label. This is dangerous for those with fish allergies. It was sold in retail stores in Georgia and South Carolina. Now market of choice vegan kale Caesar. This is ironic because it's labeled vegan but failed to declare sesame. It's sold in Oregon at market of choice locations. And their Second Nature Keto Crunch Smart Mix recalled for undeclared cashews and pistachios. If you have tree nut allergy, this smart mix could trigger anaphylaxis. These were distributed to large retailers like Target and Walmart nationwide. All right. Now, this is a lot of data for 1 week. The common theme here is seasoning and dairy powders. So please check your bags and your spice cabinet. If this was helpful, please subscribe so you don't miss these alerts. I post them as soon as I can after the FDA releases the data. And be sure to share this with everyone you know, friends and family.